Listen, I know it's late and I'll be as brief as I can, but can we be honest with ourselves at this hour? There's somebody out there, there's somebody that's looking at this video right now that has a limiting belief about what they can do, a limiting belief of what they feel like they have the capacity to do. Let me give you an example. There's a lot of people out there right now that feel as though this is the best that they can be. I feel like I never had anyone that graduated from college, so I never can graduate from college. I've always had people in my family who manipulated women or manipulated men, and that's exactly what I'm going to do because that's where I come from and that's all I can be. I never had, I grew up in a single parent home, and I feel like this is it. Let me tell you, the greatest thing that's limiting you is for you to be looking at your past or looking at the environment that you grew up in and feeling as though that is what is going to dictate what your future is going to be. That has no bearing on that. It has no bearing on that once you realize that the bearing on it is the emphasis that you put on it. There's a level of you that has to be able to rise above your circumstances at some point in time. However, you need to get there. There's multiple routes to get to the same destination. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone is in different parts of this process. So I'm not saying that there's a 5-step process that takes 6 months for everybody to get through this. I'm not saying that. This may take years. This may take your entire life to get through this. But nevertheless, it's imperative for you and the people that's coming behind you for you to get beyond this wall. There's a wall that has been placed around you, but because you're feeling as though this is it. But I'm here to tell you, I got some good news for you here very late at night. I don't know where you're watching this from. It may be late or it may be early where you are. This is not it. This is it if you feel like it's it. This is only it if you continue those limiting beliefs. The limiting beliefs will put you in a box, and inside of a box, you'll stay the same size. You won't grow. You won't develop. You won't be able to see things clearly because there's a box around you. The only thing you see is the four walls of that box. And over and over and over and over, if you continually spend time in that box, you continually smell yourself in that box, everything becomes normal. Everything becomes where it's just you in the box. So once it's you in the box and you're talking to yourself, there's no one to be able to speak life into you. There's no sunshine coming your way. So all you see is darkness. All you see is those walls. All you see is your circumstances and feeling as though this is it. This little box that I'm in is the only thing that I'll always be in, and this is where I'll end up dying in. Do you want to be that person? Do you want other people that's around you that's wanting to gain something from you, for them to lose out on the fact that you have already eliminated yourself as a possible help? Don't eliminate yourself, because this thing is bigger than you. Your life is bigger than you. Your life is less about you and more about other people, the people that's coming behind you. As I mentioned, I can't mention this enough. It continually is in my spirit to share with you the importance of community and the importance of life not being about you. There's a book out there called The Purpose Driven Life. It is written by Pastor Rick Warren. He is able to break it down. And one of the first things that he broke down in the book that it blew my mind when I first read it is that your life is not all about you. It's really not about you at all, almost. And I was like, I never heard anyone put it that way. I encourage you to read that book if you haven't read the book before. It's a great book for you to be able to dig into yourself and really understand that everything that I've been through can be useful. Everything that I've been through can be a lesson, and not a lesson just for me, a lesson to share to someone else and say, hey, I've been down that road before. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can give them another alternative instead of allowing them to drown in the pool. You can give them the life preserver before they jump in the water. Wouldn't that be cool? Don't you want to be able to do that? Don't you want to be able to save a life if you can? I sure do. And that's why I'm sharing this information with you, because life has shown me, things have been revealed to me. God has been able to speak to me in these situations and say, hey, you don't have to go this way anymore. You know the way. Show other people the way. What good is the experiences that I've had if I'm not willing to share them with people? What good is your experiences if you're sitting quiet and not sharing them and feeling as though this is it? I can't do anything. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't. There's a lot of work for you to do. Are you willing to get ready to put in that work? Are you willing to get dirty a little bit while you're working? Hard work pays off, but it requires some sweat. It requires sometimes some tears. It requires some long hours. But you know you always have to put in some work. You always have to be able to work in order to get the results. You don't get results without work. So let's get ready to put in that work tonight. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. May God continue to bless you.